Okay, good afternoon guys. I'm not expecting too many people to log on this afternoon. I'm guessing you'll all be at work, but obviously this video will stay on the group after I've finished it. So I'm just going to go through assignment number 4, and I'm just going to put a link in the comments box now. It's going to give a brief overview of what I've spoke about today, because I'm going to add a couple more points as well about hydration and steps, and I'll quickly go into the question that Mark asked regarding supplements as well. So I'm just going to put the description into the comments box. I'll pin it at the top, and if anyone joins and asks questions, I'll do my best to answer them as we go along. So we're on to assignment number 4. Hope you're feeling good. We're going to be going into the final week. Hi Daniel, you okay mate? We're going to be going into the final week next week, so I hope you've enjoyed it so far. The group's been really interactive. It's been really good in terms of people posting the food and asking questions. So yeah, it's been really good. So I'll dive straight into assignment number 4. And this is something really simple. It's called box breathing. Now, the reason we practice box breathing, there's many benefits which I've posted in the description box here. So what happens when we do focused breathing? When we do focused breathing, we improve our circulation. If we improve our circulation, we increase the chances of improving the way that we digest our foods. If we improve the way that we digest our foods, we're going to experience things like less bloating and things like that. And we're also going to extract more nutrition from our food. So it does a lot of different things. It's a good de-stressor, and it's a good little energy boost as well if you're struggling, like, you know, with kids or anything, or you've not been getting enough sleep. This is quite a good thing to do as a pick-me-up in the afternoon or in the evening when you're lagging on energy. So I'll quickly go over what box breathing is. What we're focusing on with box breathing is we're just breathing through the nose. And I'm going to put, I'll put a YouTube video link into this description so it can explain a little bit better about what box breathing is and how to do it. But essentially what we're doing is just breathing through our nose into our belly for the count of 5. Then we will hold that breath for 5 seconds, and then we will exhale through the nose for 5 seconds, and then we will pause at the end of that out breath for 5 seconds. And if we do this anywhere between sort of 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to get really good benefits from this. I'm only asking you to do this once every day, 3 to 5 minutes, but if you're like me, you will probably want to be doing this multiple times a day just because you feel so good from it. It will calm your mind, you'll experience less bloating, you'll be digesting your food better, and if you do it before bed, depending on what kind of sleep patterns your kids have got, you're going to get a better night's sleep. Or if you don't get a good night's sleep, you'll be less knackered the day after. So like I said, I've put the link that I've put in is a Navy SEAL breathing technique, and it is. A lot of people call it different things, but I just call it box breathing. Like I said, breathing in through the nose for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 5, and then hold at the end of the exhale for 5 seconds. Now as you improve with this, you might want to increase that to 6 seconds, 7 seconds. There's some of my clients who are quite advanced with it, and they can do 9 and 10 seconds, but it's quite struggle. It takes a lot of effort with that. So that's it, daily box breathing. You're going to be doing that every single day till the end of this challenge. Like I said, you can definitely do it once a day because it only takes 3 to 5 minutes. Just set a timer on your phone. But if you really want more benefits, then do it as often as you can. Do it before work, you can do it in the toilet at work, you can do it on your lunch break, you can do it if you get a minute at night. You can't overdo the box breathing. I'm going to have to make some other points on what I've seen over the past almost 2 weeks regarding hydration and steps. Now the reason I got you tracking steps and hydration, as I mentioned before, is I just want you to be aware of what you're doing. I'll start with the hydration first. So over 60% of our body is water. So from a cellular level, water is super essential to us staying alive, and all the physiological processes that happen, digesting food, building muscle, burning fat, they all require water. Now, if you're not getting enough water on a daily basis for whatever reason, your body is going to be under a lot of stress. Your body will see that as a stressful situation. If you're having a glass of water or a couple of glasses of water a day, your body will interpret that as a really, really stressful situation. And when we get stressed, when our bodies get stressed and it detects stress, we get the adrenal glands, which is just situated just above the kidneys. Okay, we have these glands called the adrenal glands. They will release in a stressful situation. They will release adrenaline, other stress hormones like norepinephrine, and we'll also get the stress hormone cortisol, which will get released. Now, cortisol isn't necessarily a bad hormone. We need it to create energy, but when we've chronically got elevated levels of cortisol, we're going to really struggle to lose body fat, particularly around the belly button area. So there's nothing wrong with high cortisol during the morning. We need that for energy. We need that to extract energy from food. But when we've got cortisol continuously at a high level, this stress hormone continuously circulating our bloodstream, we get an increase in belly fat. Okay, we get this stubborn fat around the belly area, and no matter how hard you diet or how good you are with your nutrition, how good you are with your training, you really are going to struggle to lose that last little bit of body fat, particularly around the belly area. So, I bang on about hydration quite a lot. And for me, it's just like, it's one of the things, sometimes it's a ball ache to drink enough water, but if it means that I'm going to drop shitloads of fat and I'm going to feel more energetic, then I'm going to do it at the end of the day. It's as simple as that. And everyone has their own reasons for why they don't drink enough water, or excuses. I say reasons, I think they're excuses. But, getting enough water, like 1 litre per 25 kilos of body weight, and then you don't have to go over sort of 3.5, 4 litres. For me, it's not that big of an effort if it means I'm going to have better energy, I'm going to have less cortisol hanging around my body, I'm going to experience a shift in body fat if I'm training properly, hits my protein and fibre intake. Hydration is a bit of a no-brainer for me, but I didn't want to come in on the course and say, you must do this, you must do that. I just wanted you to be aware of what your intake is. So, I hope that little explanation has inspired you to try a little bit better with your water if you've been lagging. Just so you know some of the science about it, okay? So if you're dehydrated, if you're constantly in a dehydrated state, 1 or 2 glasses of water a day, your body will not like that, and it will perceive it as a threat, as a stress. We get that physiological response. The adrenal glands will release all the stress hormones, adrenaline, epinephrine, cortisol. When cortisol levels are super, super high, then we experience real difficulty in losing things like belly fat. Even if you lose weight, the belly fat will always sort of be a stubborn part which you struggle to get rid of. So that's the hydration. And I'm going to move on to steps as well. I didn't give you a recommended daily amount of steps to hit because everybody's different. But, so if, for instance, if someone has for the last 10 years been getting 2,000 steps a day, for me to come in and say, right, you need to be doing 10,000 steps a day, that's 5 times the amount that they're used to. What I will say is, whatever you're doing in terms of steps, try and find ways to increase it. Unless you're hitting like 15,000 a day, there's no real need to go beyond that, but if you do, brilliant. But, if you're only at 4,000 steps, then to get 10,000 might be a bit of a push initially. So you might just want to, over the next 7 to 10 days, you might just want to really focus on getting an extra 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day, and then build upon that, okay? I posted the pitfalls of having a sedentary life before in one of the articles. If you haven't seen that article, then I'll tag you in it, just let me know on this video. But I mean, so many negative things as far as health goes are now being linked to sitting down too long. We've got over 200 bones in our body, we've got over 600 muscles. We as human beings were designed to move. Most people who struggle with weight, who struggle with health, who struggle with, dropping body fat, they get up in the morning, they've been lying in bed all night, sit down to eat a big breakfast, normally calorie dense, they'll sit in the car, go to work, sit down at work, sit down for the lunch, sit down on the way home from work, cook some food, maybe, and then just sit down in front of the TV. And we wonder why we've got a rise in all these things like cardiovascular disease, you know, things related to blood sugar like type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome and things like this. And the reality is we're not moving enough. And, you know, we're designed to move, like I said before. We've got 200 bones in our body, we've got over 600 muscles. We've got a big pair of lungs, we've got a big cardiovascular system that needs working. And, you know, a lot of people who come to me say, I want to get a six pack, I want to get really lean, I want to build muscle tissue. It ain't going to happen if you're, you know, sat on your ass all day. It's just not going to happen. I can't, as a coach, stand in front of you and lie to you and say there is a way you could do that, because I don't know the way that you can do that. If fat loss is your goal, which a lot of yours is in this group, then your diet will have to be literally 90% bang on most of the time, and your training, if you're not willing to increase your steps. Otherwise, fat loss, weight loss, general health, like keeping yourself disease free, keeping yourself healthy and energetic for your kids, is going to be a real uphill battle if you're only sort of, you know, getting a couple of 1,000, 3,000 steps a day. And that is just the reality. That's not me preaching to you. The studies are out there, you know, the comparisons have been done. You know, sedentary lifestyle can be more harmful than a lot of other things that you can do to your body, like things like smoking, drinking, taking drugs. Actually sitting down all day for 10 hours a day is pretty shit for your body, pretty shit for your health, pretty shit for your energy. But seeing as you guys, you know, you've come to this group, you want to lose body fat, the reason I'm starting with the dead basic stuff like hydration and steps is because it fucking makes a difference. I can't lie to you and say that it doesn't. So I could give you the perfect calorie and macronutrient split for your body type, and I could give you the perfect sets and reps in terms of your gym routines. I could train you 5 times a week, 1-to-1. And if you're not moving outside of that session and you're not hydrating yourself, then it doesn't really matter. This is why we start with hydration, this is why we start with steps, and then we build in protein and fibre. So I hope that's pretty clear. If you've got any questions, quick note on hydration as well. One of my colleagues sent me a study the other day where they measured free testosterone levels in people who were adequately hydrated compared to those who were constantly dehydrated. And the free testosterone in the hydrated people was, I think, 70% higher than the people who didn't get enough water. So testosterone from a muscle building point of view is absolutely crucial, and just for things like energy, confidence and everything else. So the hydration thing, yes, it's not sexy, you have to drink more water, but the effects that you get from that far outweigh the sort of the boringness of having to drink water a few times a day. So that's why I keep banging on about it. I'm going to quickly go into supplements. Mark Taylor asked about supplements the other day. Back when I first got into fitness, I used to spend a shitload of money on supplements. This was when I didn't really understand the human body and I didn't know much about nutrition and things like that. Then I started to study more, and the more I got to know about the human body, the less I tended to spend on supplements, because without doing the basics, supplements don't really matter. So again, if you're not hydrating yourself, if you're not eating fruits and vegetables, if you're not getting enough protein, if you're not getting enough steps, then I wouldn't recommend any supplements. But if you are ticking all them boxes, there's a few supplements I recommend, which number one is omega-3 fish oil. The benefits to this, I don't eat much oily fish, so I don't get much omega-3 from my natural diet, so I supplement with fish oil. So fish oil has many positive health benefits. It's good for your cardiovascular health, so good for your circulation, good for your heart. It's also good for your joints as well if you're lifting heavy weights consistently. There's many fat burning properties of having higher levels of omega-3 in your blood system as well as muscle building properties. So an omega-3 fish oil is useful if you've got the basics in check. If not, then I wouldn't bother. and that would be about 5 to 6 grams a day of fish oil. So then big capsules, just take 5 to 6, spread out through the day with meals. Next one is magnesium, which is a mineral. It's responsible for over 300 chemical responses in the body, so it impacts the way that we utilise food. It gives us energy from food. It can affect our blood sugars after meals. It can affect the way we sleep. It has an effect on our immune system. There's so many benefits to magnesium. Now, sadly, because of stress and lack of sleep and poor food quality, magnesium levels can get depleted, particularly with training regularly as well. So I take magnesium citrate, and I take that before bed, 5 to 600 milligrams of that, and it really does help me with sleep, and it helps me get less sore from training, and it gives me more energy throughout the day after as well. Final supplement is zinc. Zinc has many positive benefits. It can support healthy testosterone levels if the basics are in place. It has a positive effect on the immune system as well. So zinc is a supplement that I take regularly. 30 to 40 milligrams of zinc. I take that with the magnesium with my last meal of the day, or about an hour before bed. Apart from that, a whey protein is sometimes useful if you struggle to get enough protein, but any other supplements, not for me really. So I go fish oil, magnesium and zinc. So I hope that helps and answers your question, Mark. If you want any sort of brands that I've been using or that I recommend, I will happily put them on the group and I'll tag you in. But any questions about this challenge, please let me know. So we're on to assignment 4. We're heading into the final week this Monday, so give me some feedback on how you're finding it. If you're struggling with anything, let me know. I've noticed there's a couple of guys who've gone really quiet in the group. I've been running these courses for long enough now to realise that when someone goes a bit quiet in the group, it's either A, they're really, really busy, or B, they're struggling with something and they don't want to interact with the group, or they just don't want to open up. So if that is you, I urge you to reach out and message me if you're struggling with anything at all. Give me feedback so I can help you better. And the rest of you guys, keep interacting in the group. If you want any bonus workouts for the weekend, or you want something a little bit different, just let me know. If you're struggling around injuries or restrictions, let me know and I can send you something over. I can post something on the group. So look forward to hearing your feedback on how the box breathing goes. You're going to be doing this at least once a day, every day for the rest of the challenge. Pick any time of day. There's no harm in doing it more than once, but do it for 3 to 5 minutes. You're looking for that 5-second inhale, 5-second hold, 5-second exhale, and then a 5-second hold after the exhale. So it will look like this. In. And that'll be 1 round. So you can set a timer up on your phone. Make sure as you breathe in through your nose, you're breathing into your belly. You'll see the full tutorial on the YouTube video. Any questions at all, please ask me and I'll speak to you soon, guys.